Welcome to a lecture series on public policies and welfare schemes. Today, let us discuss about Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana is one of the flagship program of the government of India to generate employment opportunities to educated youth. In 2018, as per the World Bank, India's 67% of the population was in the working age group. And as per the sample registration system 2018 by the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India, 47% was under 25 years age. So this is one point which we need to focus. In 2018, India's 67% of the population was in the working age group. Then 47% of the population are under the age of 25 years. To take advantage of this demography and boost the country's economy, in 2015, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launched the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana to train and upskill the country's capable workforce. So this is one of the important initiative of the government of India. So in 2015, the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launched the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana to train and upskill the country's capable workforce. This point is very important from examination point of view. Under this scheme, the government will assess and certify individuals or candidates with prior learning experience or no skills and provide training based on the National Skill Qualification Framework and industry-led standards. Will also bear assessment and certification fees along with training, lodging, and boarding costs. So this is another important point. So that means those who do not have any skill or those who do not have any learning experience, they will be provided the professional skills which are required for the industry according to the standards of the industrial requirement. And government will also bear assessment and certification fees along with training, lodging, and boarding costs. Then need for the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. Why this scheme is necessary? Between 2017-18 and 2023-24, India added about 16.83 crore jobs, taking total employment to 64.33 crore, while the unemployment rate declined from 6% to 3.2%. So that means creating employment opportunities was a necessity for the country. So through this Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana scheme, around 16.83 crore jobs were created. Because of that, the unemployment rate has declined from 6% to 3.2%. Then the labor force participation rate rose to 60.1% and the worker population ratio to 58.2%, reflecting improved workforce engagement. However, the rapid expansion of employment highlights the growing need for the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana to ensure that the workforce is equipped with relevant and industry aligned skills. So this is the requirement. Just mere creating employment opportunities is not enough, but the workforce, the labor force must have the skills which are required for the industry. So the workforce must be equipped with the relevant and industry aligned skills. So in order to provide such kind of skills, Government of India has initiated this Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. So through the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana, the government aims to improve or enhance the efficiency of capable workforce, and therefore contribute to the overall development of India. Currently, there is a huge gap between the needs of industry and skills of individuals at the local level. That is rapidly expanding because of the pandemic, especially at the time of uh, the COVID-19 pandemic situation. So most of the unskilled labor force, they have suffered like anything. So therefore, Government of India has identified this necessity. So in this context, we have to focus that there is a huge gap between the needs of industry and the skills of individual, that we can call it as there is a lot of skill deficit among our workforce. So while employers struggle to employ people with the required skills, many displaced workers with limited skills strive to regain their livelihoods. Also, the present skilling ecosystem needs a new game plan as work from home becomes the new norm. Functional roles in different sectors are increasingly being redefined, resulting in fundamental changes in the ecosystem. So, keeping this in view, Government of India has come out with a new scheme called Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana with some specific objectives. So now let us see what are the key objectives of this scheme. The key objectives of the scheme, or the specific objectives of the scheme, are: number one, encourage and mobilize youth to take up industry relevant skill training to become employable. This is encourage and mobilize youth to take up industry relevant skill training to become employable. Why? Because to get an employment in industrial sector, first of all, they should have some skill which are required for the industry. So therefore, encouraging the youth to participate in such kind of skill training programs so that they will be employable. Then increase capability and productivity of the existing workforce and align skill training with the actual requirements of the industry. Some of the workers, those who are already engaged in industries, might be having certain skills, but their skills need to be further upgraded. So upskilling is required, and for such kind of workers, the skill training programs will be organized. Then promote standardization of the certification process and 10 minutes. Promote standardization of the certification process and implement it on a large level to create National Skills Registry, that is NSR, is a database of details of the professionals as entered by them and background check information on the same. It includes personal, academic and employment details of individuals employed or to be employed in the industry. So now uh, from examination point of view, the students are supposed to focus on these 3 points. These 3 are related to the objectives of the Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. Now let us look at the implementation of the Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana between 2016 to 2026. Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana first phase, that was between 2015-16. So Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana was launched as a pilot project in 2015 and was designed as a skill certification and reward scheme. The scheme was implemented by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship through the National Skill Development Corporation, sector skill councils, which were set up as autonomous industry-led bodies to create occupational standards, develop a competency framework, conduct studies on skill gaps, and assess and certify trainees. So this is again very important point. Yeah, so this point you are supposed to focus that the scheme was implemented by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship through the National Skill Development Corporation, then sector skill councils. So these two are the autonomous industry-led bodies to create occupational standards, develop a competency framework, conduct studies on skill gaps, and assess and certify trainees. The National Skill Development Corporation also established training partners that are private companies. These training partners are private companies or not for profit companies or private and public universities that sign term sheet with the National Skill Development Corporation for implementing training projects and receive financial payouts for the project. Between 2015 and 16, 19.85 lakh candidates were trained under the scheme. After the successful implementation of Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana first phase, the Union Cabinet approved the scheme for another 4 years, that is for 2016 to 2020, with an outlay of rupees 12,000 crores. So again, this point is very important. Between 2015 to 2016, as part of the first phase, 19.85 lakh candidates were trained under this scheme. Then later on, after the success of the program by 2016, the second phase has started. That is Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 2.0. This is the second phase of Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. So this was implemented between 2016 to 2020. So in July 2016, the government launched Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 2.0 with an aim to augment the scheme in numerous sectors, geographies, and align it with other government missions such as Make in India, Digital India, and Swachh Bharat mission. So that means this scheme is aligned with the other government missions like Make in India, Digital India, and Swachh Bharat mission. So under Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 2.0, 89.59 lakh candidates were trained from 2016 to 2020. For this scheme, the government allocated 12,000 crore rupees, of which 7,115 crore was sanctioned until January 2021. Then taking the success of this scheme during 2016-20, and this program has further continued from 2020 onwards. So the third phase is Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 3.0. So this was implemented between 2020 and 22 based on the learning attained from Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana first phase and second phase, that is PMKVY 1.0 and PMKVY 2.0. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launched the newer version of the scheme to match the current policy doctrine and energize the skilling ecosystem that was affected due to the pandemic. The Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 3.0 scheme will be implemented in two phases, wherein phase 1 was implemented on a pilot basis in financial year 2020-21 with an outlay of 949 crore rupees. Under this new scheme, 2.78 lakh candidates were trained between 2020 and 2021. Then as a second phase, that is Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. So this was implemented during 2022 and 2026. Based on the challenges faced in implementing earlier phases of Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana and the learnings gathered, the next phase, that is Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 under the umbrella scheme of the Skill India program is being implemented between the financial years 2022 to 2026. So the Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 is being aligned with core focus on making the existing skill ecosystem more flexible, swift, and geared to meet the current challenges and emerging needs through process simplification. Now, let us look at the objective of the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0. The objective of the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 is to create an enabling ecosystem for youth to acquire skills aligned with their abilities and aspirations. It aims to deliver skill training in a market oriented and demand driven manner, making the skilling ecosystem more flexible and responsive to emerging demands. So this point is very important with regard to the PMKVY 4.0. So again, I'm repeating this point. The PMKVY 4.0 is to create an enabling ecosystem for youth to acquire skills aligned with their abilities and aspirations. It aims to deliver skill training in a market-oriented and demand-driven manner, making the skilling ecosystem more flexible and responsive to emerging demands. So additionally, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 seeks to simplify the skill ecosystem through technology and digitalization, enhance access to skilling in remote areas, and improve inclusivity for marginalized communities. This is the most important initiatives made as part of PMKVY 4.0. Moreover, the government is working on a comprehensively mapping various schemes which are being run by central and state governments and have similar goals. So, such schemes are like National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, then Mudra loans under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act to create a mechanism for better convergence of the related schemes. So, under PMKVY 4.0, a total of 1,244 crore has been utilized across various states and union territories from financial year 2023 to financial year 2025. As of July 11, 2025, more than 25 lakh candidates have received training under this phase. So this is the outcome of the program. So when we write the answer, the student is supposed to focus on these points. So this Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is now aligned with or integrated with other schemes, as I said, like Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, then MGNREGS. So because of this kind of integration, around 25 lakh candidates have received the training under this phase. Then Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana courses. Under this scheme, certain courses were initiated. Now let us discuss about certain specific schemes or specific courses initiated under this scheme. One is short-term training. Short-term training, that is called STT. Under PMKVY, STT provides training programs to unemployed youth or school or college dropouts, those who are in the age group of 15 to 45 years, based on the National Skills Qualification Framework. These training centers, which have the required accreditations and affiliations according to the PMKVY guidelines. So these training centers offer training courses in soft skills, entrepreneurship, financial and digital literacy, wherein the duration of these training sessions vary as per the job role and can range for 300 to 600 hours. So these are certain short-term programs through which specific skills are provided to these unemployed persons or unemployed youth, more specifically school and college dropouts, so that they will get some employment in the job market. And through these short-term programs or short-term courses, the focus is on providing soft skills, then financial and digital literacy, so that they will get some employment opportunities in the job market. Then on job training, that is called OJT, on job training, is also an inherent component under STT as mandated by National Council for Vocational Education and Training. This is National Council for Vocational Education and Training, that is called NCVET. And the duration of the on job training will depend on the job role. Moreover, the government provides placement, entrepreneurship, apprenticeship assistance to candidates who have successfully completed the certification courses under the scheme. So under this scheme, not only the training is provided, but once they have completed their training program, they are either provided placement or they will be provided apprenticeship assistance, and so that they can get into the job market, since they are also given certificate, because certification is very important, and the certification is given by the National Council for Vocational Education and Training. So this is advantage for the unemployed youth to get a decent employment in the job market. Then another important aspect is recognition of prior learning. This recognition of prior learning refers to an assessment process that is used to evaluate an individual's existing skill set, knowledge, and experience gained either by formal or informal learning. Through this parameter, individuals with prior learning experience or skills can register themselves and get certified under the scheme. The main objective of RPL is to align competencies of the pre-existing workforce of the country to the standardized NSQF, that is the National Skill Qualification Framework. So that means some people might be having skill, but those skills have not been certified. So through this program, the persons who have certain skills in a particular field will be certified, so that this kind of certification will help them to get a decent employment in the global job market. And there are certain special projects, training projects for new skills, which may not be conducted through STT due to the rules and regulations drafted in STT, may be considered for special projects on case-to-case basis. The objective of the special projects is to create innovative, critical, and practical projects that have the potential to impact various marginalized, vulnerable, socially disadvantaged, hidden, and hard to reach populations of the society through placement linked and entrepreneurial skill development training programs. This is a very important component of the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. So here the main objective of these special projects, as I said just now, the objective of the special projects is to create innovative, critical, and practical projects that have the potential to impact various marginalized, vulnerable, and socially disadvantaged, hidden, and hard to reach populations of the society through placement linked and entrepreneurial skill development training programs. So that means taking these skill development programs to the marginalized sections of the society, those who are away from the mainstream social life, then the following criteria must be fulfilled for consideration as special projects. So that means for whom these special projects will be designed and for whom these special projects are being implemented. So there are certain criteria for this. The criteria are like, if the job roles are outside the purview of the existing Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana job roles, if the training projects provides greater than or equal to 90% captive placement, training programs conducted in varied institutional settings such as jails and government institutions, proposals where training is executed through partial funding from the Pradhana Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana and other sources. So these criteria can change based on the project or case to case basis. That means these kind of special projects can be taken up for the specific sections of the people, and more specifically uh, those who are not able to have the access to the programs organized under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. So any training provider, corporate, government institution, association and NGO, subject to scheme guidelines and qualification requirements under special projects, can apply for Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana special projects. That means these special projects are carried out by uh, any organization, those who are willing to provide the specific skills for the needy people and those who are basically disadvantaged sections of the society. So for such kind of training providers, under Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana special projects, uh, the assistance is provided and they can apply, these institutions can apply to the government to get funding as well as the support. Then Kaushal and Rojgar Mela, this is another initiative under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. Social and community mobilization is extremely critical for the success of Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, as active participation of the community ensures transparency and accountability and helps in leveraging the cumulative knowledge of the community for better functioning. In line with this, Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana assigns special importance to involvement of the target beneficiaries through a defined mobilization process. Kaushal and Rojgar Mela is conducted by training projects every 6 months with the media coverage. So this activity is actually uh, to take the various types of skill development programs organized under Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana to the needy people and those who are unaware of these schemes. And mainly this particular Kaushal and Rojgar Mela encourage the active participation of the community so that we can ensure transparency and accountability, and it will help in leveraging the cumulative knowledge uh, for the community for better functioning. So this is the advantage with the Kaushal and Rojgar Mela under this scheme. And another important initiative under Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana is placement assistance. PMKVY links aptitude, aspiration, and knowledge of the skilled workforce to employment opportunities and demands in the market. It provides placement opportunities to candidates who have been trained and certified under the scheme. These training programs also provide support to boost entrepreneurship. Then, under Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, the skill development programs are not only organized and they are continuously monitored to ensure that high quality standards are maintained by training centers and the National Skill Development Council. The empaneled inspection agencies use various methodologies such as self audit reporting, call validations, surprise visits, and monitoring through the skill development management system that manages the entire workflow ranging from enrollment of candidates to disbursement of technology based payments to training projects and certificates to candidates. That means both the funds as well as the certification process shall not be misused. So, therefore, there is a need of continuous monitoring by certain agencies created under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And as I told you, these all training centers under the uh, uh, supervision of National Skill Development Council is monitored through different scientific methodologies. Here we have certain key statistics with regard to the special projects and the skill training projects uh, taken up under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. And large number of people have got benefit under these special projects. And this number of persons enrolled and ongoing training programs, number of trained candidates, and the candidates who are assessed, the candidates who are certified, and to whom certificates have been issued, that data is provided in this chart. So student can make use of this statistics while writing answer. Wherever it is required, you can present this statistical data. The top 5 sectors attracting attention under Pradhan Mantri, the top 5 sectors attracting attention under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. The active candidates. Look at this point, 26.956 they are related to IT sector. Then 25,998 sectors, the companies are related to electronics, and 14,014 sectors, that means the companies they are related to media and entertainment. 11,764 companies related to telecom, and 9,626 are related to handicrafts and carpet industry. And the top 5 states under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, the top states which are functioning very actively and implementing the skill development programs under PMKVY are Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, and Haryana. So these points can be used while writing answer. Okay. Now let us look at the key initiatives and partnerships by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This is the data till July 2025. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship launched Skill for AI Readiness, that is called SOAR, Skilling for AI Readiness, to introduce AI based learning modules for school students and teachers. So these are the initiatives under PMKVY. Then India Skills 2025-2026 guidelines and registration portal were launched to prepare candidates for international skill competitions. Then NCVET, this is National Council for Vocational courses, introduced the Koushal verse digital enterprise portal to streamline regulatory processes in the skill ecosystem. NCVET released new 2025 guidelines for recognizing and regulating assessment agencies and awarding bodies under NEP 2020 and NCRF. Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship unveiled a semiconductor workforce strategy to develop skilled manpower across design, fabrication, and allied services. A 60-hour employability skills handbook was launched under Jan Shiksha Samsthan to upskill non-literates and school dropouts. This is again very important initiative. A 60-hour employability skills handbook was launched under Jan Shiksha Samsthan to upskill non-literates and school dropouts. The apprenticeship training portal was revamped to enhance user experience and simplify the apprenticeship process. A book titled Transforming Skill Development Through Decentralized Planning was released under Sankalp program. The Sankalp is a specific program to strengthen district level skill planning. An Indo-French MOU was signed to boost cooperation in vocational education and skill development through joint centers of excellence and talent exchange. Then RDSDE, that is a Regional Directorate of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. This is located in Hyderabad, in Telangana state, partnered with Apollo MedSkills to enhance training in healthcare and allied sectors. Then NSTI, that is National Skill Training Institute, located at Bangalore, and SLN Technology collaborated to offer a semiconductor technician course under the dual system of training. Then IIT UNA partnered with Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship to train 120 candidates in electronics and IT sectors. And IIT Hyderabad launched training for 280 candidates in electronics, hydrocarbons, and green hydrogen technologies. IIT Patna initiated training for 1,440 candidates in agriculture, green jobs, electronics, and healthcare sectors. NIT Agartala began training 370 candidates in automotive, handicrafts, IT roles such as bamboo artisan and AI data scientist. Then RRU, this is Rashtriya Raksha University, located at Gandhinagar, started training 240 candidates in yoga, wellness, AI, cybersecurity, and fire safety domains. The Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship announced its partnership with Meta for the launch of two key initiatives. So they are an AI assistant for the Skill India mission and establishing 5 centers of excellence in virtual reality and mixed reality at National Skill Training Institutes located at Hyderabad, Bangalore, Jodhpur, Chennai, and Kanpur. In February 2024, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship inked 19 MOUs, including 5 under the Pradhana Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana with the industry partners, academia, and various government departments. These partnerships with the private sector and other ministerial departments are integral for shaping India into a Koushal Bharat, Viksit Bharat, empowering youth to meet domestic and global market demands while fostering leadership and innovation on a global level. In November 2023, MSDE signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of Israel for enabling skilled mobility from India in two sectors, namely construction and home-based caregiver. The MOU seeks to facilitate temporary employment for Indian workers in specific labor market sectors in Israel and operationalize the framework agreement by addressing various aspects like cost, employment support, governing framework, etc. for Indian workers employed in these sectors in Israel. So this is one of the most important MOU where the Indian workers will get employment in Israel, and they will get the new skills, and they'll get a new kind of employment in the job market. So in March 2023, MSDE signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of Australia to establish an effective, efficient, and sustainable means for qualification recognitions and quality assurance. So all these are the initiatives under partnership by MSDE, and all these actually initiatives have been uh, initiated under Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. So when you talk about the key initiatives and partnerships by MSDE, you are supposed to mention all these points. So some of these points will be helpful to the student to write an effective answer with regard to the key initiatives and partnerships under the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Then at the end, so we can conclude that the government is reviewing the existing programs for skilling the country's youth with an emphasis on digital technology, because now digital technology is given importance, because there is a lot of expansion of digital technology, so that the trained youth will get employment in the global job market. So in this phase of PMKVY, especially between 2022 and 26, the government will focus on areas such as data analysis, AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, and entrepreneurship. So it will conduct an industry-wide mapping to identify skills that have become outdated and those that are in demand. So this will be reviewed by the department and skilling organizations to develop appropriate skilling manuscripts for each sector, in demand skills and job positions for those skills with salary will be assessed, and certified programs will be developed. After this, the government will work in partnership with public and private institutions to make these programs available. In addition to the central government, each state will provide inputs on the employment needs of the local youth. Jobs and skills mapping will also be done at a district level. So actually this is the decentralization of the policy. That means what kind of skills that are required at national level, at state level, and at district level, they will be identified. Accordingly, skill development training programs will be organized so that those who are trained, they will get employment opportunities. To survive in a rapidly evolving business environment, the government aims to focus on skilling and reskilling and upskilling over the next few years. So therefore, now at present, for the global job market, there is a need of skilling, reskilling, and upskilling. These three are very important. So given the appalling degree of skill mismatch in India, the government expects that Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 will bridge the demand supply gap by promoting skill development in areas of new age skills like Industry 4.0, Web 3.0, artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality, virtual reality, climate change, circular economy, green economy, and energy transition. So, all these areas have the potentiality to generate employment, so that government of India trying to focus on promoting skill development in the areas of like the the industry requirement, then web requirement, then artificial intelligence, machine learning, augmented reality or virtual reality, climate change, circular economy, green economy, energy transition. All these are areas have tremendous potentiality to generate employment. So if the Indian youth are provided proper professional skills, so all of them will get employment not only in the national level job market, but they will also get employment in the international or global job market. So that in the course of time, India can achieve one of the global leader, and Indian economy can emerge as one of the fastest growing economy in the world, and India can become a developed nation in the world, so that India can achieve the goal of Viksit Bharat at 2047. So these are certain important points related to Pradhan Mantri Koushal Vikas Yojana. And all these points are useful for UPSC civil services prelims as well as the mains examination. Thank you.